आपण या अगोदर बघितलेले कन्स्ट्रक्शन वर्किंग प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ पेल्टन व्हील टर्बाइन. द व्हेरी मोस्ट क्वेश्चन्स आस्क्ड इन एग्जामिनेशन, व्हाट इज द वर्क डन, पावर, efficiency and velocity triangle of Pelton wheel turbine. We have to also study the Pelton wheel on the runner of the Pelton wheel turbine. Runner is made of the circular disc. On the periphery of that runner, we have to attach the bucket type shape, which is the spherical like this. This is like this bucket, and we have to also know that this Pelton wheel turbine is the tangential flow turbine and or impulse turbine. Okay, so impact object strikes on the splitter. We have to show in the figure A. This is the and this end is connected to the runner, periphery of the runner, and we have to take a cross section ZZ to this, and this is the cross section area of this bucket, and this is the splitter. In this case, from the nozzle, the impact of jet strike on the splitter, and this is the initial velocity triangle, and this splits and pass away from the outer edge like this. Suppose initially velocity of impact jet is the v1, and if this impact of jet velocity strike on the splitter, the velocity of bucket or the vanes is u1, and after that this strikes on the splitter and out to the outer edge, we have to draw the outlet velocity triangle here. Here is the v2 is the velocity of z, and u2 is the velocity of bucket at the outlet, where vr1 is the relative velocity of that runner. What is the relative velocity? That means the initial velocity of that impact jet is the v1, and after this strike the velocity of bucket are u1. So relative velocity vr1 is equal to the initial velocity of impact jet minus velocity of bucket. This is the relative velocity, and vw1 is the velocity component. Here the outlet velocity triangle we have to see vr2, v2 and vf2. Where is the vf2? Vf2 is nothing but is the flow velocity. v2 is the velocity of impact jet at outlet. Then vr2 is the relative velocity at outlet. Now then we have to study the work done, power, velocity triangle and efficiency of the Pelton wheel turbine. Let H is equal to net head acting on the Pelton wheel. Which is equal to Hg minus Hf. Where Hg is equal to gross head. And Hf is equal to loss. Loss head, and which is equal to Hf is equal to 4f Lv square divided by 2gd, where f is equal to coefficient of friction coefficient of friction. L is equal to length of pipe. L is equal to length of pipe. V is the velocity of Z. V is the velocity of Z. D is the diameter of penstock. D is the dia of penstock. And we have to know also study the losses. There are two type of losses: major losses and minor losses. Minor losses occurs only due to the sudden contraction, sudden expansion, bend, elbow in pipe fitting, and minor loss occur in a long pipe, which is the only friction losses. And we have to calculate this loss by using this formula, that is the HF, that is the head loss, is equal to 4FLB square divided by 2ZD. Okay. Then now let us D is the capital D is the dia of the wheel of the runner, dia of wheel or the runner. Then M is the speed of the wheel. M is the speed of the wheel, and this speed is measured in RPM, revolution per minute. Then seen in inlet velocity triangle V1, we have to calculate the V1 with the formula, that is the velocity of impact Z. V1 is equal to CV under root of 2GH, under root of 2GH, where CV is the coefficient of velocity, where CV is equal to coefficient of velocity, and H is equal to the net head acting on the Pelton beam turbine. Okay. From this formula we can calculate the initial velocity V1, that is the from nozzle, that is the impact of Z. Now then blade velocity is equal to, and which is denoted by letter U, is equal to pi dn upon 60, where d is the diameter of wheel or the runner, and n is the speed of the wheel or the runner in RPM. From these two formula we can calculate the velocity of impact jet, that is the V1 at initial, and blade or the bucket velocity U is equal to pi dn upon 60. Okay. Then next is the velocity triangle. The velocity triangle at inlet, the velocity triangle at inlet be a straight line. The velocity triangle at inlet be a straight line. Therefore the relative velocity, that is the VR1, is equal to, we have to know the relative velocity, that is when relative velocity VR1 is equal to, suppose this is the total V1 and we have to minus U1 from this length, we have to get a velocity VR1, that is the relative velocity. Therefore relative velocity is equal to V1 minus U1. But here the velocity triangle at inlet is the straight line. Therefore their alpha is equal to 0 degree and beta is equal to 0 degree. Hence we can write here V1 minus only only u. That is here, because alpha is equal to 0 and beta is equal to 0, hence u1 since u1 is equal to u2, hence we have to consider u1 is equal to u2 is equal to simply u. Hence we can write relative velocity Vr1 is equal to v1 minus u1 is equal to v1 minus simply u. This is the initial relative velocity at the inlet triangle, which is a straight line. Now we can calculate the force exerted by the jet of water in the direction of motion. That is the impact of jet. We have to calculate the force exerted by the jet, that is this impact of jet of water in the direction of motion, that is the Fx. Therefore Fx is equal to mass flow rate into initial velocity in x direction minus final velocity in x direction. We can calculate the force exerted by water in the direction of motion, which is equal to mass flow rate into initial velocity in x direction minus final velocity in x direction. Okay, then is equal to mass flow rate is equal to rho a v1 and initial velocity in x direction, which is the relative velocity Vr1 minus final velocity. Here the direction of blade is the x direction and is the opposite x direction. Hence we can written here v minus Vr2. Okay, we have to calculate this. That is the here rho is the density of water, a is the area of cross section, v is the v1 velocity of impact of jet at the inlet. Hence we can calculate here rho a v1 Vr1 plus Vr2, because here minus into minus plus, but from here v1 is equal to Vr1 relative velocity is equal to v1 minus u1, which is equal to v1 minus u, because here alpha is equal to 0, theta is equal to 0, hence u1 is equal to u2 is equal to u, and this value put in equation this value put in equation. So and Vr2 is equal to u2 plus Vw2. From this outlet velocity triangle, this velocity is equal to u2 plus w2. Therefore Fx is equal to rho a v1 is equal to Vw1 minus u plus Vw2. Here minus u plus u get cancelled. Then we have to write down the remaining part. Rho a v1 is equal to Vw1 plus Vw2. And this is the force exerted of water in the direction of motion. Now we have to calculate the force exerted by jet of water to the motion x in the x direction, that is the fx is equal to rho a v1 vw1 plus vw2. From this equation we can calculate the force. Now second, we can calculate the work done by z on runner per second, that is in watt. We can calculate the work done by z on runner in per second, that is the work done per second is equal to the unit of work done is equal to the work done unit is joule per second, and joule is nothing but Newton meter per second. From this unit, the Newton is the unit of force and meter per second, which is equal to velocity. That means we can write work done, therefore work done is equal to Fx, that is the force, and the velocity, and here we take the velocity into velocity of blade, that is the u, and we have to know the force is equal to W is equal to rho a v1 into velocity sorry, vw1 plus vw2 into velocity. This is the work done by z on runner per second. Now third, power given to the runner, by the z, which is equal to P is equal to W by 1000. आता आपण 1000 का बरं घेतलं, कारण की आपल्याला जी काही पॉवर पाहिजे असते ती किलोवॅट मध्ये पाहिजे असते, म्हणून W divided by 1000, and which is give the power given to the runner by the Z, and we have to know the work done is equal to rho a v1 vw1 plus v2 into velocity of vanes or the bucket, which is equal to rho a v1 vw1 plus vw2 into u divided by 1000 in kilowatt. This is the power. Then fourth is work done per second. Work done per second. Work done per second. Work done per second per unit weight of water striking per second. Therefore work done per second per unit weight is equal to W, that is the work done, divided by weight of water per second. Weight of water striking per second, okay, is equal to, we have to know the work done, which is equal to rho a v1 vw1 plus vw2, that is the velocity component, into velocity of bucket U divided by weight of water striking per second, which is equal to rho a v1 into acceleration due to gravity, and this rho a v1 get cancel, and the work done per second per unit weight, which is equal to Vw1 plus Vw2 into velocity of bucket out of the bench divided by z. Okay, then next is the efficiency. Of turbine, and we have to know what is the efficiency. Efficiency is the output divided by input. Okay, then point fifth is the hydraulic efficiency of Pelton wheel turbine. Hydraulic efficiency. And we have to know the efficiency. Hydraulic efficiency is equal to work done per second divided by kinetic energy of Z. Okay, but therefore the kinetic energy of Z, which is equal to 1 by 2 m v1 square, where m is the mass flow rate, v is the velocity of Z, which is equal to 1 by 2 rho a v1 into v1 square. Okay, and we have to multiply by this, which is given 1 by 2 rho a v1 cube. This is the kinetic energy of Z. Then efficiency, hydraulic efficiency of Pelton wheel turbine is equal to work done per second, which is equal to rho a v1 in bracket vw1 plus Vw2 into velocity, that is the u, divided by 1 by 2 rho a v1 cube. This is the kinetic energy of impact Z. And further simplification, the hydraulic efficiency of Pelton wheel turbine, which is equal to 2 in bracket rho a v1 vw1 plus vw2 into u divided by rho a v1 cube. This is the hydraulic efficiency of Pelton wheel turbine, which is a very useful exam point of view, and always exam ask the question, find out the work done and efficiency of the Pelton wheel turbine. Thank you.